You ever wish you could just go back? Go back where? Go back to when things were simpler.
Ubisoft has had many different iterations throughout the years of its Splinter Cell multiplayer mode, Spies vs. Mercenaries, which first originated in Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow and went on to have many different versions afterwards. My personal favorite has been the version from Chaos Theory, and in today's video, I'm going to take a retrospective look and show you why. The fundamental basics of this mode is you play off against two different factions who face each other in objective-based multiplayer matches. You have the Spies and the Mercenaries. The objective of the Spies is to infiltrate, gather information, and to not die. Now as the Mercenaries, your job is tasked with protecting the facility in which you work, finding the Spies, and eliminating them. The way me and my buddies used to play, we didn't like doing all the objective-based stuff. We played deathmatch. It was just simple team versus team, skill versus skill, and a lot of the times we would have more Spies than Mercenaries. We had one really good merc who would go up against 2 or 3 Spies. That's how we liked it. That's enough of that. I hope you guys liked my Sam Fisher voice. It started turning into Morgan Freeman at some point. But anyway, in this next category, we're going to talk about lighting. Lighting was one thing that set Splinter Cell apart from most other stealth games. The next level lighting system that it had was ahead of its time, and the same goes for the multiplayer mode. In this multiplayer mode, if you're a spy, you're going to want to stick to the shadows as much as you can, and try to turn off the power so you can turn the lights out and make it harder for the mercenaries to be able to spot you and easier for you to get close enough to be able to take out a mercenary. Now on the other hand, for the mercenaries, you have an array of different gadgets which help you navigate through a lot of these dark spaces and corridors to combat the spies. Now for the maps, we had a variety of different maps. We had 11 at launch, going on to get 2 more with DLC later down the road. But these maps went to various different locations, including France, Japan, Germany, Scotland, and even New Jersey and New Mexico. The maps took on different themes. We had aquariums, shopping centers that were shut down for the night, museums, and even Japanese spa locations. The Spies featured an array of many different gadgets, but not limited to night vision and thermal goggles, a heartbeat sensor that can sense your enemies through floors and walls, cameras which emitted a noxious gas that would put your opponent to sleep, and also another really cool feature, active camouflage. Mercenaries, on the other hand, have many different features, one being a noise detection system that was attached to your reticle, motion detection and EMF vision, a selection of mines, and even a network of cameras, on top of many other things, to combat the spies. Now when it comes to weapons, the spies aren't really equipped with a lot of weapons here. They carry a modified P90 which shoots an electrical discharge which interferes with the mercenary's suit, causing them to go through kind of like an electrical shock. But other than that, nothing too crazy. But the mercenaries, on the other hand, are armed to the teeth with an arsenal of weapons, and we're going to get into a little bit of what they carry. The mercenaries can carry one of 3 different guns: assault rifle, a shotgun, and an SMG. The assault rifle also doubles as a sniper rifle. They also have tasers, and everybody who plays the merc's favorite thing, the grenades. Now when it comes to abilities, the spies usually rely on their agility, their cunningness, and their knowledge of hand-to-hand combat to go up against the mercenaries. But when it comes to actually taking a mercenary out, you only really have 3 options. You can go up behind them and snap their necks, you can jump on their heads, or if you get lucky, you can pull a mercenary over a ledge and you fall to their death. There are a few more advanced things that you can do, but more often than not, you won't be relying on those things. Now the mercenaries, on the other hand, aside from the weapons that they use, they also can do things like tackle, melee. They even have this really cool spin move that if you know a spy is behind you, you can knock them down. They can also choke you out, and they too can, in some cases, jump on a spy's head if they get lucky. It may sound like a lot, but the battlefield is actually kind of pretty level if you get skilled people who know how to play their characters. At the end of the day, Spies vs. Mercenaries came out in a time that was different. We're talking about the mid-2000s, when gaming in general was just at a whole nother level. And we had games like Halo 2 and Gears of War was just coming out, just to name a few. I always wish that sometimes I could go back and experience these times again, but this is an age that is long gone. Reminds me of when Pokemon first came out for the Game Boy. We're rushing home from school to check out the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. You know, memories like that just are oozing with nostalgia. And while we can't go back, we can only hope to the future that somehow we will get a game that is on the level of this or even better. But, you know, until then, we can just remember the memories. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. This did take me a lot of work to make. So, just getting it out there and sharing it with people is something that makes me very happy. With that being said, I hope you all have a good one. And I will see you in whatever other video I decide to make.